Hey everybody, my name is Kenny Beckman and I am here with MustangsTV.com. Today we'll be talking with girls basketball coach Greg Tips. And Coach, I guess we could call it the first official interview of the new season. And today we want you to talk about what you have planned for this coming season. Tell us about how you plan on working with this team that you have and what we all can expect. And the first question that I have is, well, you had tryouts just recently. How did they go, and what are some expectations for the team?
I'm really excited about tryouts. Probably never had a tryout go as good as what it went. We did it last Friday. We've kept 12 players, which is kind of a perfect number. There's a reason the NBA teams want 12. There's a reason college teams go with 12. So we've got 12, which is a good number. We'll have it again in the fall in case we have any move-ins or whatever. So we'll have a tryout again in the fall. But tryouts went really well. Pretty much everyone I've talked to, I think they see how excited I am about the direction that we're going and continuing to try to build off of. Good kids, very coachable girls, very mature for their age type girls.
Couldn't
ask for anything better. And I say that when we start our first practice day and they won't listen to me. They'll be down at the Sonic getting a milkshake and I'll be here by myself. But as of Friday and where I project us going, I'm really excited. Now, I don't know how good we're going to be, but they listen really well and they want to do well. And as a coach, when you know that kind of helps.
It does, and I'm sure they're all ready to get back at it and get back in the swing of things. So, in saying that, when do y'all actually start the official workouts and things like that?
We start today.
Okay.
Today, and then this afternoon, and then we'll go through the rest of the week, and then next week we'll be kicking in high gear. I'm starting the weight room tomorrow.
Okay.
Today will just be practice. And, started trying to get the mental thing going. Actually using Mustangs TV last week after tryouts. Showed a couple of the highlight films from last year. Trying to get a couple of the young ones to understand that how much this means to everybody. Get the older ones to understand that if they want to achieve that and be a part of those big games, the sub-state games, the region final games against Summertown, it starts now in our work. You don't get to those games when you just start working during the season and laying the foundation. I noticed a couple of girls watching those highlight films got kind of emotional, seeing some of our seniors that have moved on, and then they understand, hey, if we're going to do this now, we're going to have to be without them. Yeah. And take what we've learned,
get
better.
They got to be fully absorbed.
Exactly. Got to be focused. Because if you're not focused, the teams that aren't focused and aren't talented, they don't get to play in those big games that they're watching highlights for. They see all the fans in the stands going nuts, and they get to see how much it means to them. And you want to create new memories once you've been there. And so we started that last Friday, showing them that, gave them several days off over the holidays, and then started today and get back into it full bore.
That's great. And it being summertime and all, you got camps that y'all do. And if you could you talk a little about those and when they begin?
Yeah. Normally, my previous 5 years, we'd be going to camp next week. This year, I wanted to take a few more days to practice, get in game shape. I feel really good about the team, but I don't want to just overbear them with work where we get injuries and things like that. Kayla Santiago, who tore her ACL in February, she won't be back until August, September, more full strength. So we're not going to have her. But we start June 11th. We'll be going to UNA for 3 days, and then we're going the next week. The 17th. We'll be going to UT Martin. Okay. So we're going to get our work in, play several good teams, good games, and then also be able to have practices and getting in the weight room. We're still a young team. We only have one senior.
And I'll speak on that here in a minute. But the camps, they really help prepare.
Yeah, it does. And it gives you kind of an idea on where you want to go and where you can get to. Kind of gets the girls used to playing together and things like that. And especially this year with us being, having a couple of new girls, having a lot of freshmen from last year that some of them played a role, some of them didn't. Some of them have worked really hard from March until where we are now are totally different players to where, talk to them about, whereas last year they were watching a lot of the action going on in those highlight films. This year they can take the next step to where they're playing in a big part in those games. So we can really see what they can do this summer in ball games, help get them motivated for the next time we'll be playing, will be in the fall.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. So as you were talking about earlier, that you no longer have your key seniors. Haley Freeman, Elizabeth Hemming, graduated this past year, and how is the team reacting to that? How are they, looking up to step into that role? And Becky Brody is your only senior right now, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, the last 2 years we've lost, Becca Curtis and Abby Laws from the previous year, and then Elizabeth Hemming and Haley Frank. Those are 4 girls that have had a lot to do with our success, going to state tournament the last 2 years. But we have a good group. I mean, they've learned from them, I think. Becca Brody, she'll be a 4-year starter for us this year. She's real receptive. I think she's looking forward to being a leader for us. And it's a challenge, Now they miss Haley and Liz right now. Sure. They just have that personality where it's easy to miss them. But we have a junior class that since I've been here, I've coached them in AAU and different things since they were 6th grade, and they have a lot of leadership skills. Kayla Santiago, Kayla Wallace, Ashley Johns, Daisy Huntley, those girls. They're good kids. First off, they're good kids. They know that we're not going to achieve anything without hard work. And our sophomore class understands the same thing. We had a lot of sophomores play a lot of minutes. So I think that's going to be something that they have to define themselves with over the next few weeks of practice and going into camps, and then it'll grow naturally with them.
And just basically, you're trying to get everybody involved, the whole team, to come together as one. So, with that being said, what is your personal outlook for the season?
I'm excited. I'm excited. I don't know how good we're going to be. I think we have a chance to be pretty good. We're going to be athletic. This team's going to be different than any team that I've had since I've been here. I've always liked to press and push the ball, and there was reasons we haven't done that in the past. One, because we were really good at other things, maybe we weren't so good at that. This year, I think they fit me a little bit more with what we're going to try to do defensively, so I'm looking forward to that. Getting into pressing a little bit and pushing the ball a little bit more. But I think we have a chance to be really good. But there's some, we're playing in a loaded district. Our district, it's going to be better this year than at any point. There's going to be 6 teams that can beat you. Competition stiff. Every team that goes from our district in basketball does well at the state. They don't. We go through the region usually. We go through the sub-state the last couple of years, and we're at the state. So in our district, we're competing against the best in the state. So I look forward to it. I think the girls they're very coachable. As long as they stay that way, then time November comes, we'll be fine and we'll build, and hopefully by February next year we'll be, challenging back for a state tournament. So the main thing is I think these girls are going to have fun playing the game the right way, that's the most important thing to me.
And it should be for any coach.
Yeah.
And Coach, now I want to get to a whole different subject. I want to address some rumors. It's been going around the school and the community. And is it true that you're leaving Loretta to go somewhere else?
Do I talk like I'm leaving? I'm fired up about.
I don't know where these came from.
Yeah. Usually rumors come from people that don't know what they're talking about.
That's true.
First of all, second, it's an honor anytime as a coach or anybody in the profession when you get a phone call asking if you're interested in a position or if you get asked to come do an interview. I look at that as a good thing because it means that people that know about the game or whatever are interested in talking with you. And then you get to, hearing the substantial pay raises and things like that. It can get you a little sideways for a second, but I love it here at Loretta. I'm going to be here as long as people will have me. Maybe those rumors get started by people wishing I would leave. You never know. But Brennan and I love it here. I can't imagine leaving this group of girls.
Yeah.
They're just.
You become attached to them.
You become attached to them. They become like family to you. We're not done getting to our goals here. We want to win a state championship, and we have
still some unfinished business.
There's a lot of unfinished business. I want this program. We've made a lot of strides trying to get it back to where it used to be. You look at the banners and all the banners through the 50s and early 60s, and the banners all in the late 70s. Then you have some scattered through, and now we've got 2 up there for 2 years in a row. We want to try to get that to 3, to 4, to 5. you know, when people think about girls basketball, they think about Loretta again.
Oh, yeah.
And now we're on people's minds, but we want to keep that going.
Always room for improvement.
Always room for improvement. You know, we were one of 3 teams to be back to the state tournament this year from the previous year. And one of the things I mentioned to the girls is next year maybe we're the only team back. You know, maybe we're 2 years from now we're the only team that's been to 4 straight state tournaments. So there's always a way to get remotivated, get your batteries
setting
charged,
their goals to drive them, you know, like you said.
Exactly, and I think these girls are gung ho, but fortunately for some people, maybe unfortunately for others, I'm going to be here. I'm trying to be here next year.
That is so great. That's great.
Looking forward to it.
That's awesome. Well, Coach, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us and giving us all this great information. And it seems like just yesterday we were doing this for the first time. I think it's safe to say, time really does fly by.
It does.
And be sure to stay close to us throughout this summer. Check out MustangsTV.com for more great things. Until next time, I am Kenny Beckman for MustangsTV.com.